us as brothers, us as black men, we need other black men to lean on. There is no unity when it comes down to us black men. The white man has torn us apart with these drugs. Our women are agents of chaos. Our women are agents of chaos. We can't trust our women. If us as black men were to come together and we try to build and we try to go to war with this white man, our enemy, or white supremacy, you can't even trust your own black woman. You can't come home and tell your black woman, the wife, what you and your other brothers have planned or what you guys got going on. You can't even do that with the typical American black woman. Nah. Because she'll go behind your back and she'll snitch on you. A real coon. We have no power in America, us as black men. We can't even turn to other black brothers because you got other black men who are simps, weak beta male type dudes, or they're colluding with the white man. A lot of these black churches, they have these what they have, these 501c. That's a problem. That's a major problem. I remember I had got locked up like years and years ago. There was nobody to bond me out. Nobody. I think my bond was like 200 and some change. Nobody to bond me out. My mom and dad was on drugs for all their life. For most of their life. Still on drugs. My dad in and out of jail. I joined the gang when I was young because my dad, he was locked up. And single mothers, they could only do so much. Single mothers are the problem as well in the black community. They're in collusion with white men as well. Us as introspective brothers, we have nobody to turn to, man. Nobody. You know, you have friends, black male friends that you think are true friends, but they not friends. It's a sad deal. Me and one of my boys, we had been friends for like 3 years. All of a sudden, I think we went to some St. Louis Rams game and we had got into some little disagreement at the mall. He was tripping about something. And this dude just walked off. He got all emotional. He got all mad because I disagreed with him about something. And he said something slick, saying something like, oh man, I'll just walk home. And I told him like, bro, I'm not about to let you walk home. I'm not about to let you walk home, man. Nah. We having a small disagreement. I'm not going to go that far and do something like that. Long story short, we came back home a couple weeks later. I hear from some other dude on the job that he was talking bad about me behind my back, saying I was going to leave him in St. Louis. Just petty, man. So I had to let him go as a friend. One of my other dudes that moved to North Carolina, we went to like a WWE wrestling match. And you see the belt up there. I actually paid for his ticket. It was like $40. So he moved to North Carolina. He had messaged me like a couple weeks ago. He asked me for $20. And I told him, no, I can't do that, man. So this dude got all bent out of shape. He went on this little rant. He went on his screed, telling me, man, I don't look out for him and this and that and all of this other stuff. And so in a sense, I had to let that man go. I tried to stay in touch with him, but I'm not going to try to make a person be my friend or make a girl be my girl. Nah, you going to want to be here. You going to want to be here. You going to want to be able to look at the petty stuff and set that stuff aside, man. But this dude got bent out of shape and emotional because I wouldn't loan him $20. Nah, I'm not doing that. So it's not like I never looked out for him before. This guy never gave me nothing, mind you, because I don't ask for nothing. That's just not me. I don't ask for no money from nobody. That's not my style. And this dude got all bent out of shape, and now me and him don't talk. I tried to reach out to him. He just went along his way and he doing his own thing. So I say, all right, cool. And that's just how it's got to be. Us as brothers, we have to learn to be in solitude and be alone. It sucks, but that's how it is, man. It sucks. If I was to go out there and try to fill that lonely void and put myself get myself in a relationship with a woman that would run all over me because I'm trying to fill that lonely void, that would, in a sense, ruin my life. Or let's say me trying to feel a lonely void, I go out and I hang out with some black dudes selling drugs, or I go to the club, start spending money, balling all out of control, doing this and that, just trying to fill that lonely void. In a sense, that could ruin my life because I'm trying to fill that void. So as men, we have to learn to be alone. We have to learn to be alone. And when I was locked up, I said to myself, it's like, man, I put myself there. Yeah, that was my fault. But I said to myself, just a couple $100, I don't have no family members to bail me out, nobody to look out for me. And when I think deeply about it, I said to myself, my mom and my dad, well, mainly my dad and mom, immediate family members, they're supposed to be there if something happened. If you aren't a person that commits this same crime or put yourself in that same situation. Now, and in a sense, when it came down to something that had happened to me, that situation that had happened to me, that only happened to me once. That was it. Now, I can see if the recidivism rate is high for a person like that, and he continue to do the same thing over and over and over 2 or 3 times, 4 times, okay, then, this person, he just won't learn. But no, that was the first time that had ever happened to me. And I'm sitting in jail over something petty, real petty, and nobody in sight. Nobody's there to bond me out. Dad, I don't even converse. I don't even talk to my dad. He's in and out of jail all of his life for the same dumb crimes. In a sense, it hurts because us as black men, we don't have nobody to lean on, nobody to look to. Even our own brothers hate our guts because the white man has turned us against one another. You look at the black community in Chicago. They said that the death rate in Chicago one year was higher than like the Iraq War. In one city in Chicago, black on black crime that high? We killing each other like that, bruv? It's crazy. It's sad. It's really, really sad, man. Sometimes I say to myself, it's like what? Like, why am I here? Why are a lot of us black men even living? What are we here for? And I know a lot of brothers, we would say, well, you should be okay with being alone. This is how it's going to have to be. And I understand that. And you brothers is right. But I say to myself, it's like being alone, being in solitude. In a sense, I say most of your life. I know brothers out here who've been single for 5, 10 years, 15 years straight and had women come around, but these brothers have been single. Like, is that healthy for you? Is this really how we're supposed to be living? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's scary living out here nowadays. Big facts. Nobody to look to, nobody to turn to. Here it's like I'm confiding in my younger sisters. I'm talking to them on the phone. 2 of my little younger sisters, they love me unconditionally. I talk to my mom, it's arguments, all this other stuff, so I just get off the phone with her. I talk to my dad. Well, I don't even talk to him. I haven't talked to this dude in like a couple years. I really don't even know him. My other male cousins, they getting drunk, smoking weed, still fooling around in that lifestyle, kind of, still dabbing in that lifestyle, kind of. Me and these guys, like, we just don't get along. In a sense, they act like females. They run around worshiping women, valuing themselves as far as how many women that they can get. They're not talking about nothing serious. They're not talking about building as black men. They're talking about drugs, weed, and fooling around with women. They're not talking about black empowerment, building as far as stock markets and infrastructure and white supremacy, stuff that really matters. These promiscuous women, the holy scriptures, they're not talking about stuff like that, man. They're talking about barbecues and just trivial stuff like that, man. There's no substance in conversations with guys like that. I see some of these white boys on my job and they talk about stuff that matters, making money, stock market and stuff like that. Us as black men, we're not even on that level. Our women are the agents of the government. Simps and weak men, passive black men are agents of the government, whether they know it or not. They are a problem. You look at a lot of these women out here, they talk about equality. So if a woman hits you and then you hit her back, that's equality, right? Nah. Most women would say, nah, you should never ever put your hand on a woman. But that's equality, right? That's equality. It's crazy out here. A woman is supposed to be submissive to you. But nowadays, we're not expecting that no more. A woman is supposed to be submissive to you. You got women out here that will say, oh, well, that's oppressive. You're oppressing a woman if she's submissive to you. But you look at these laws, these women out here, they're oppressing us through child support, false rape allegations, alimony, all of this other stuff. We getting suppressed. We're getting oppressed by women. That's a major problem out here. Major. So if you ever were to cohabitate with a woman, that's what you should expect right off the bat. And that's what you should let her know how it's going to be. You're supposed to let her know this is how it's going to be right off the bat. I'm going to lead you. There are certain things that I'm going to do in this relationship that you can't do. But nowadays, living in America, most of these women, they feminists, they promiscuous, they sleeping around with a plethora of different men. So they sleeping around with a raft of different men. So as men, nowadays, we're evolving with the times. We're not going to even expect submission from a woman. We're not going to expect it, man. We're not. Us as black men, we need to learn to stand together more. We need to learn to come together as men. We need to learn to come together. This is what we need. We need to be able to have somebody to turn to when we're going through things.